In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 simple strategies on how to enhance your influence without formal authority. Now, traditionally, when we think about influence, we often associate it to a hierarchy-focused power dynamic, meaning that there is a supervisor, a manager, and then below them, people who report to them, whether they're employees, team members, or whatever. And just by the fact that a person has a position of power within a team, within a corporate structure, they're afforded a certain level of influence over the people that report to that individual. Right? That's kind of like the traditional focus of influence. However, there are a lot of individuals within an organization who don't necessarily have that type of power dynamic, yet they still aspire to influence others, they still are called upon to influence others, but they do not have that power-based influence afforded to them. And so in today's video, I'd like to share with you 3 ways to do that. Quickly, before I do that, I just want to share with you a personal anecdote about this. So within my current role, I am a learning, design, and delivery specialist for the city of Sudbury in Ontario, Canada. And in my role, I run the leadership development program. So I am constantly running programs that are focused on developing leaders. The thing is, I do not have any formal authority in my role, meaning that there are no employees that report to me. There's nobody that reports to me. I just basically manage myself. However, in my position, I need to be able to influence others to buy into what it is that I'm trying to sell them, whatever the organization is trying to teach them, leadership skills that they're trying to instill in their people. And in that type of a situation, developing influence is essential. So the 3 strategies that I'm going to share with you are what I use. The first strategy is just to enhance and nurture your relationships. The stronger your relationships are with the people that you have, the more trust that you develop with the other individuals, the more likely the influence that you're going to have over them is going to be great. Because if you think about communication, a fundamental principle of communication is that in any communication that you have with another individual, there's always a relationship variable and there's always a message variable. And the relationship variable essentially serves as a filter through which the message has to pass before anyone is even receptive to hearing what you have to say. And communication is a fundamental component of influence. And therefore, if you develop and nurture your relationships by having conversations with people, getting to know people, you in turn enhance the trust that you have with that other individual, and then ultimately enhance your ability to influence them over the course of time. The second strategy is just to simply be extremely competent at what you do. We oftentimes think about the words that we say when we're having a conversation with somebody as the influence that we're conveying over that other individual. But that's not necessarily true. All the preceding actions and interactions that we've had with that other individual, all the things that that individual or other individuals have seen us do and perform over the course of time, all influence how that person perceives us in the moment, and then ultimately our ability to influence them in the moment. And so a very important way to do this, or a very powerful way to do this, is to be very, very good at your job. Just dedicate time each and every day to continuously developing yourself, becoming better at what you do, taking courses, getting more experience, and that will increase your influence over others. And the third strategy is simply to lead by example. And this is based on another fundamental principle of communication, and that is you cannot not communicate. You're always communicating, whether you realize it or not. Or another way of looking at this is that others are always observing you. They're always looking at your actions, they're always looking at your behaviors, and they are forming an impression of who you are in their mind, and that will in turn dictate how they choose to interact with you, or how open to communication and influence they will be from what you have to convey to them. And so if you simply embrace the mindset of leading by example, letting your actions speak for you by being extremely competent of what you do, being a consummate professional, developing your executive present, volunteering for opportunities to lead even though you may not have formal authorities, whether they're in team meetings or team initiatives or special projects that may not have formal authority associated with them, people will observe this. And that will be part of how they see you and ultimately impact whether or not you can influence them. So there you have it. 3 strategies on how to increase your influence without formal authority. Nurture and enhance your relationships. Become extremely competent at what you do. And 3, lead by example. Good luck. If you're interested in developing your and your team's influence and communication skills, visit my website at www.johngodoy.com to learn more, and then contact me at john@johngodoy.com, and let's have a conversation.